We continue with education matters. A study by Teachers Union Suid-Afrikaanse Onderwysers Unie in conjunction with the Northwest University has found that 1,446 of 1,722 teachers surveyed need and will use crisis hotlines, counselling and mentorship programs to support them to cope with stress in the classroom. The study has revealed that teachers are struggling with burnout. Paul Sauer from the union joins us now for more. Good evening, Mr. Sauer. Thank you very much for joining us on The Full View. Very worrying data. Talk us through this study that you conducted, of course, in conjunction with the Northwest University.
Thank you, Mafuwe. Now, what we have done is, for numerous years, there's been a real extensive pressure on educators in regard to that. We want, as a union, we wanted to really see where we can make a difference, because as educators, there's been a lot of say about their personal accounts as well as with the burnout, and therefore we have taken hands with the Northwest University just to see in our member group what really is the extent to what we can assist our educators and especially those that are our members.
Now, you found that a significant number of them are struggling with mental health issues. What is this attributed to when they open up about the challenges that they face? Is it necessarily in the classroom? Is it the workload? They have their own debt issues. What would be the issues?
What our study has said is primarily we are looking at, first of all, balancing life and work. That is important to them, and they can't seem to get the necessary skills to balance life and work. Others are just normal, generic, like stress, anxiety. But that, of course, we know has been brought up, especially in our grade 12 educators, where there is a lot of pressure on the matriculation results, a lot of additional administrative work, especially to those schools that are really struggling to produce good results. Our educators are running around with afternoon classes, weekend classes, winter school, spring school classes, and that really takes a toll on their own personal life as well. Also, in regards with undue expectations that is put on our educators, has brought up our concern about their well-being.
Of late, we've been seeing, particularly on social media, a lot of violent scenes taking place in schools. Have any of these teachers spoken about the behavior of learners of late, and perhaps that also contributing to any form of stress?
Contributing, first of all, to that is most probably that we are looking at a learner-educator ratio that is exponentially, not exponentially, but is really growing year by year because of the influx of learners, but also with the stagnation of educator posts. So that is a severe, what we would like to say, reason whereby overcrowding in classes then leads to not teaching in classes, but managing classes, which is far in between of teaching classes. And that, of course, spills over into discipline problems. And then if a teacher is at his or her tether, then incidents like that will happen and will take place.
And what are your proposals as a union?
Well, currently we are looking inward. We know that the Department of Education's provincial education departments have got wellness departments within that. But we as a union, it's not our primary role, but we can't ignore this. So we are going out on a limb in regards with some stakeholders, that we will be rolling out a crisis lane hotline next year in January, as well as different seminars, and that it will be a proactive but sustainable way of assisting educators, not on once-off workshops, but on a continuous basis.
It's most certainly commendable that you would decide to have a crisis hotline, but what about placing pressure or just applying more pressure on government to assist when it comes to mental health?
Well, that's part of it, but we have seen as an as a union in education that sometimes we have to take over some functions of the provincial education departments because of a lack of funding and a lack of capacity, and also just because of the magnitude in regards with wellness for our educators. So in regard to that is, yes, pressure is being put on, especially on certain levels. Referrals are being made, but we see this as an additional way of just assisting not only the provincial education department, but our members as well.
One would hope that at least with government they can prioritize mental health of our teachers, because healthy teachers, mentally healthy teachers, will ensure that our children are well taken care of in the schooling environment. Paul, thank you very much though for your time this evening. That's Paul Sauer from the union who joins us this evening.